Hi guys, I'm the Intuitive Mover, and today I'm going to give you 6 rules for choosing your first gym. I've trained in 12 gyms across 4 countries, including Austria, Italy, Thailand, the UK and beyond. Boxing, Taekwondo, MMA, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. I've seen the good, the bad and the ugly. Here are 6 things to look for in a gym before handing over your hard-earned cash. Coming in at number 1 is proximity, because proximity adds so much friction between you and your decision to go to the gym. If you're late or tired or have an immediate engagement before or after training, your average attendance rate will be severely affected by the ease of access to your gym. All of this list has to be taken in the round, of course, but for me, proximity is the number 1 point of friction between myself and consistency. And consistency in training is extremely important if you want to progress. Simply put, ease of access is paramount because it leaves you with far fewer excuses for sitting on your butt when you should be pushing it in the gym. Coming in at number 2 is definitely head trainer. I've seen all kinds of head trainers. Kind ones, mean ones, loud ones, quiet ones, bullies, gurus, fakers, jokers and maestros. The one you chime with might be the strict disciplinarian who barks at you, or it might be the Zen philosopher type who's a bit more easygoing and emotionally supportive. It's really down to chemistry, but make sure you feel like you want to be there in the gym and you aren't suppressing discomfort just to remain consistent. Laughing through insults and boorish humour is emotionally fatiguing to a lot of people. Eventually you'll have some kind of breakdown, especially if the culture in the gym is in any way toxic or cliquey. You don't have to suffer bullies just because they're in a position of authority over you. Remember this, guys, and tattoo it on the inside of your eyes. You pay them to help you, not treat you like an underling or an emotional punching bag. So find a trainer who treats you well and has basic manners. Coming in at number 3 is hygiene. Now, a good gym does not need a lot of equipment. In fact, some gyms have the bare minimum and are awesome because the knowledge is there. A good heavy bag, some pads, a clean toilet and a place to change is probably enough. But for me, the hygiene is non-negotiable. If the mats are sticky or grimy, you could catch something quite severe, including staph infections, which can be very, very serious. I caught pink eye from the mats in Thailand and it sucked. It was my fault, but the point still stands. Gyms are germ heaven, so be careful to notice if there are cleaners in and around the place. Also, practice your own hygiene. I've been to places that tolerate literal ass smelling hobos and I bounced, never to return. Sparring someone who smells medieval is worse than getting waterboarded with farts, so choose a gym that puts hygiene as a priority. Coming in at number 4 is gym culture. Now, if a gym unironically has a sign out the front that says no pink gloves, assume the worst. The head trainer is likely a 2D insecure alpha bully with a god complex. If, however, it says please clean up after yourself, or no shoes on the mats, or leave your ego at the door, or cut your nails before sparring, these are all good signs. If a gym has mandatory overpriced branded uniform and gear, i.e. gloves, wraps, apparel, then they are rinsing you for cash shortly before you stop going to the bad gym they are running. If a gym bans you from cross-training in another gym where the head trainer feels it's disloyal to find knowledge elsewhere, they are running a cult-like fiefdom where they get to be the dictator. Always remember, guys, you pay them to train you, not to dictate every aspect of your life. That is the value exchange. It makes sense to wear a gym's uniform when you're in competition, but do not listen to a head trainer that tells you that you have to wear their gear. That's ridiculous. You should train in clothes that make you feel comfortable and in gear that you've already invested a lot of money into. Also, guys, just train where and when you want to. You don't have to be loyal to some trainer who's just trying to rinse you. Coming in at number 5 is cost. Most gyms offer monthly or single session tariffs. Some offer day pass options. If a gym charges you £10 a session and you only want to go once a week for fitness, there is 0 sense in getting that £50 a month sub unless you go twice a week. Some gyms ask for about £80 a month and only let you have 2 sessions a week, whilst 100 will get you all the sessions for every week. An MMA gym with multiple disciplines might impose this kind of tariff. However, it depends on the quality of the training and the facilities at your disposal and the relative cost of transport getting there as to whether you think it's worth joining that gym or not. That all said, a good gym will offer the first session for free. This shows a high level of integrity and allows you to sample their service with 0 downsides should you decide that you don't want to stay. And coming in at number 6, our last pick, sparring etiquette. If you go into a gym and see that during sparring people are getting consistently hurt, then simply walk away. It's not worth sticking around to see how that story ends. The people who train in a gym are likely a perfect representation of the head trainer, so if there's a gym bully in there who is allowed to murk newcomers with spinning elbows to feed his ego, then the head trainer is either turning a blind eye to protect his star athlete or simply isn't capable of confronting things head on. That is a weak person, and you should not be paying a weak person to make you strong. That's like buying diet pills from a fatty. If, however, you feel welcomed, respected and protected while still being challenged, encouraged and pushed, you've found your huckleberry. Sparring is another topic, but you should come away from every session motivated, not depressed and demotivated. We all have those sparring sessions that leave us a little bit anxious or a little bit like we were out of our depth. But there should be that voice inside of you going, I still want to go back and I still want to try again. If that's not there, then you need to take a second look at the place and decide whether it's worth continuing to go. Okay guys, that about wraps it up. If any of this hit home, or you've walked into a gym and clocked one of these red flags, or you want to add a red flag to this list, let me know in the comments. And if you want more of this type of stuff, subscribe. There's more where this came from. I've been the Intuitive Mover. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you in the next edit.